Good morning, Miss Liang and my classmates. And today, my partner and I are going to introduce you the basics of art, proportion and perspective. Okay. So at the beginning, I would like to give you the brief sketch of temporal paints. So before the oil paints was invented in Renaissance, temporal paints were invented by European, and this kind of paints are dried very quickly. So once you applied it, the painting can't be changed. And as we can see, the artists create paintings with powder, colored pigments mixed with egg yolk as binding agent. We call this egg temporal paint. And now let's take a clip from YouTube. So this is how we make the temporal paint. Okay. And I would also like to give you an example, which is painted with temporal paints. Okay. So this picture was actually painted in 15th century. So this is the painting which was painted with temporal paints. Okay, next. And now we're going to talk about the oil paint. So oil paint were invented in Europe Renaissance. So it's a type of slow drying paint. So it's totally different. So the differences between oil paint and temporal paint are the time they dry. Okay. So those are two pictures we would like to show you. Okay, next. And now we're going to talk about the proportion. So as we can see, this is a picture which is named the Dance Class, and which was painted in 1871 to 1874, and the artist is Edgar Degas. So this is painted with oil paints, and okay, as we can see, there are three different perspectives we can see in this picture. So the foreground, middle ground, and the background. Okay, next. Okay, and another example is the early spring, which was painted by the Gaoxi, and this is very famous. Okay, and so early spring down in 1072 is considered one of the great masterpieces of the Northern Song， 就是南宋的时期。北宋，不好意思，北宋。然后在这幅画里面呢，跟刚刚 ，and this painting is also an applied of the proportion. So Gaoxi painted this painting with the element of proportion. So this is we can also see there are three different perspectives. First, the front ground and the middle ground and foreground, middle ground, and background. And which is worth to mention that we can see the object in the foreground is 5 times bigger than the background. So this is the conception of proportion. So we can easily see that the object is more important and more detailed in this painting. Okay, next. Okay, and the last one I would like to introduce is the Buddha, and which is also painted with the oil paint on silk. So in this painting, Buddha is placed in the center of work, and it is 5 times bigger than the people gathered around. So this is also a great example that shows the artist tries to 强调 emphasize the object in this painting. So we can easily see that the Buddha is the most important object in this painting, and use the method of proportion.
Can you read the two paragraphs?
Oh, sure. Okay. in this painting, Buddha is placed in the center of the work and is 5 times bigger than the people gathered around. Even we don't know anything about Buddha, we still could see that Buddha is the most important figure in the painting. So the figure, the 人物, and so the Buddha is the figure, and it's also the object in this painting by using the element of proportion. Okay, next one. And before we're going to take a closer look of those 3 paintings, I would also like to give you 2 more examples to show how the proportion works in the painting and how the artist tries to tell us. Okay, the first one is Da Vinci's painting, and that he illustrated it for the human body in this man. So he tried to emphasize the beauty of human body by using the fine proportion of our bodies. 我们的这个身体就强调我们身体的一个比例。And another example, which is painted by Andrew Heath, yeah, and he has used the proportion very differently. We can see as what I mentioned, that artists usually use the differences between 2 objects.
Can you tell the 3 perspective of the
3, oh yeah, sure. Dimension.
Yeah.
The first one is this little girl.
The woman.
Yeah, the woman.
前景的女人.
Yeah, which is in the foreground. And second, we can see the field. This field in the middle ground, and the house is also the less important. So the artist put the house, the object, into the background.
Right.
Yeah. So the girl is more detailed. Okay. The artist has used the proportion very differently. The small farmhouse against the largeness of the field created a sense of isolation. 所以它就是有种孤立感。So and also the artist emphasized the little the woman in this painting, and to shrink the object in the background, so it shows the isolation between the farmhouse and the woman. Okay, next. So now let's go back to those 3 paintings in the textbook. Okay, and now let's take a closer look of those 3 paintings. So 2 days ago, I used the Photoshop to illustrate the lines, the various of lines, to show you the dimension in this picture, more detailed and more more 清楚这样. Okay, so next. This is what I mentioned, which is the background of this painting. And second, next. Okay. This is the middle ground of the painting. And the last one is the foreground in this painting. 所以就分别是这个就是他们的前景、中景跟它的远景或者是背景这样。And also this one is 7 times bigger than the objects in the background. So it easily tells us that this dancer is the most important and more detailed, okay, in this painting. And next one is the early spring, which was painted by Gao Xi. And there are also 3 perspectives, 3 dimension. Okay, so dimension, the background and the middle ground and the foreground. And so, can you tell us which is the most important and more detailed in this painting? is the mountain and the trees. Okay. 好，下一个。Okay. Next. And the last one is the Buddha. Okay, so this Buddha is obviously the most important object in this painting. Okay, next. Next. 5 times bigger. Okay, and now let's turn the report to Wei Jie.
Hello everyone, and my name is Xu Weijie. I come from chemistry department. Okay, so now I'm going to present the next character of the book. It's named Perspective. So, okay, have you even, all of you going to the train station, the railway station, 火车站, and you will see the railroad. Okay, and you stand on the railroad, you will feel something stranger or weird, 有一些奇怪的感觉 because if you stand on the railroad and you see along the road as far as you can, then you can see the road will go on in the point. So what is the perspective? And if you stand on the railroad and then see as far as you can, then the route gone in a point, and that is the perspective.
The vanishing point, right? Which
Right.
is mentioned in the book.
Yeah. So let me introduce the painting by Alfred Sisley.
Yeah, Sicily.
The pen name is Snow at Rowen's at 1878. So you can see the painting is a list information on the pen. You can see a little bit tree on there and the wall and the fence. But you can feel that the pen have something 3D feeling, right? The 3 dimension 3D 的感觉，就why the pen have the feel like that? Because the perspective. So if you now we draw a 2 imaginary line. Okay, we follow the line of the side of the road and the top of the fence. Okay, you can see that if you the 2 imaginary line like here and there, they will meet at the one point, and the point we call a vanishing point, right?
The vanishing point.
The vanishing point.
So, Weijie, can you read the paragraph in the slide?
Except
Except for the wall.
for the wall in the right, which gets smaller as it goes back, there is not much information about proportion in this painting. There is only one figure and some wall with 3 behind them and a large house in the background. What is giving us that 3D feeling this time? So that is the perspective. Okay, this is another painting called A Venue at Middle Henry's at 1689. So you will see that the painting gives you a more 3D feeling. The space in this painting has a deeper. You see the painting has the deeper than the last painting we have discussed. So you can now we using the perspective skill. You can see we draw a 4 imaginary line. One is right here and there and the road. So you will see that the 4 of the line will meet in the vanishing point at here. So, but the perspective not only in this painting, have other skill in this painting is proportion because you see the tree on the side of the road. You can see in front of the pen, the tree is bigger than other. So the tree will string swiftly and fade into the background. 就是它前面的树会比后面的大，所以它是用了一个比例的方式，它的树会从后面越来越小，然后到了那个消失的点，所以它会比起之前我们讨论的那一张画，更加有那种透视的感觉，还有3D 的感觉。
所以宇轩，你要不要补充？因为我们都是对，你就很快的讲一下1-2分钟，就是有关课本的那篇小文章。
讲到重点。
所以 OK 吗？你觉得不需要再补充吗？美瑜有没有想补充的？好，所以到底什么叫消失点呢？那 vanishing point， 这个就是一个艺术英文的专有名词，对不对？我们日常生活中看画，我们只会注意到说，哦，有树有房子，就是天空，然后是荷兰画家，这是一个荷兰画家。那什么叫做消失点？玉轩，
就是那个
你到现场你去讲一下，快。
我用中文。
对，就用中文，因为这个是艺术嘛，哈。
就是你要先定一个视平线，那视平线有可能是低，有可能是高，那它这里的视平线是低的，然后在这个视平线上你抓一个点出来，然后放射性的，那就是这个点就是你的消失点，就所有的线都会消失在这一个点上，所以透视的话就是从这个点出发，就是往外放。
那这个点为什么会帮助我们好像看出来一个前景、中景跟远景呢？它为什么让我们产生一个所谓的3D 的感觉？
因为就是所谓消失点嘛，越到消失点的东西会越小，到靠近我们的话会越大，然后它就是一个呈现比例的方式。然后所以要感觉得到3D， 有一个就是前后，或是大小，或是前后大小。
对，所以这个树就像刚刚伟杰讲的，很明显的，越靠近我们的树会怎么样？
就会越大，
然后越离我们越远的树就
会越远，对吧？
所以这样子产生一个，所以它是一个景深，对不对？景深英文怎么说 ？Feeling of depth 啊，你们忘记了吗？叫 feeling of depth， 一个所谓很有深度的感觉，对不对？像这张画，它会产生一个很有所谓的深度的感觉，来 feeling of depth。OK， 好，你要不念一下？谢谢于轩。这样同学有没有了解？其实就是这个大家是国小的那个美术原理哈。你念一下这个旁边你准备好的英文。
The trees along the avenue string swiftly as they fade into the background, and the sides of the road converge and a vanishing point.
Converge 汇合，对不对？好，那刚刚伟杰都用一个更简单的英文单词 We meet it at the train station。那这个他用比较难的字就是 converge。我们在火车站集合 We meet at the train station. You can also say we converge at the train station。那 OK 好，就 converge 这个字。好，再下来。
这是另外一张达文西的作品，就是大家都知道嘛，《最后晚餐》。其实它也是运用了一些透视的方式。
于轩，你上礼拜你有提到这张画吗？还是谁有提到这张画？ Ray 有提到。So do you remember the date? Do you remember the date that you mentioned last week?
Of course not.
Of course not. Okay. Okay. So, but this painting basically is which time period? We talked about the history of art in 3 minutes last week, right? We talked about 5 historical periods. So, can anyone tell me, Feng Wen, which time period was this painting? 中世纪、史前、中世纪、文艺复兴、现代、当代。Which period was this one? Do you remember? That Ray talked about last week in his report. 亚伦？
有。
Yeah. So tell us how perspective works in this painting. 因为 perspective 跟数学息息相关，对不对，亚伦？
有一点关系。
好，那你把你的跟我们分享一下。我们刚刚听了美术系的分享，来，亚伦同学还是伟如同学 ，You are both majors in mathematics. So how does this give us the feeling of depth? This painting is not included in the book. Okay, I asked Liu Jiashe and Xu Weijie to add it because I want you also to give you the timeline about the use, the technique of the perspective. OK， 好，这是什么时候？风文查出来了没有
Renaissance。
？The Renaissance， 耶，这个礼拜的发音很漂亮了哈。It's a painting of the Renaissance。Okay, it's a painting of the Renaissance. 什么时候是 Renaissance？ 就是 the story of Rosie. Okay, the sumptuous, doublet that he wears. 我应该用过去式嘛 ？That he wore. Okay, the sumptuous doublet, and that's a special kind of overcoat for men during the time of the Renaissance. 争议哈，你上次没有来听到那个瑞同学，瑞你是化学系吗？对，他报了非常了不起的一个 History of Art in 3 minutes. Okay, but anyway, 好。